In chess, there are many openings, some good and some bad. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through this fun, simple guide which looks at the pros and cons of 5 of the best chess openings. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you enjoy. First up, let's look at the Caro-Kann. The Caro-Kann has 3 main pros. Number 1, a very strong defensive structure, and it doesn't even have to be in this position too. It can be 3 moves later, just like so. And here, as you can see, the Caro-Kann has a very strong structure, and this leads us on to our next pro. There are barely any early tactics on for white, so if you're a very defensive player and also want to avoid chaos early in the game, the Caro-Kann can be a brilliant option for just that. And finally, the Caro-Kann has a win rate of about 48% for black, and that is incredible for black because 50% even as white is really good. So if you can win 48% of your games as black with the Caro-Kann, you're doing something really well. Now time for the cons. First of all, the position can get quite cramped at times, and some of you guys may not like that style of play. This typically leads to our next con, the fact that there usually isn't that much chaos early on in the game. Some of us prefer that and some of us don't. It's all up to your matter of preference. The last con for the Caro-Kann is the fact that at the master level, because of how studied it is, the Caro-Kann only has a win rate of 24% as black, and that is, as we said before, because of how studied it is. Next up, we have the Italian game. Now, the Italian game is very popular for 3 incredibly good reasons. Number 1, the central control that you get is so essential for chess. If you control the center, you essentially control the game. Second of all, you are literally 1 move away from castling. You can get your king to safety in as little as 4 moves with the Italian. And last, but certainly not least, after playing the Italian, there are gambits such as the Evans Gambit with a win rate of 53% against so many different moves, such as the fried liver as well, which also has a win rate of about 53%. Now, let's look at the cons. Let's just get this one here out the way. The Italian game is so common. It has been played over 270 million times. Yes, you heard me right. I said that with an M. 270 million. Second of all, the Italian game can be really symmetrical. If you like it, then that's actually a really good thing for you. But if you don't, which is the vast majority of people who don't want their games to look like this, then that can also be a downside of the Italian game, which also ties into the next point. The Italian game can actually have some of the slowest games in chess, with a piece not even being traded within the first 11 moves, just like this position for example. Now, let's look at everybody's favorite, the Queen's Gambit. Next up, we have the Queen's Gambit. One of the best things about the Queen's Gambit is the fact that, well, it can be played against so many different, and I mean so many different setups by black. It's flexible, a perk that not many openings have. Number 2, if your opponent doesn't know what they're doing, you can get an extremely advantageous center within as little as 3 moves. That is very useful. And last of all, there's a TV show named after it. Now time for the cons. First of all, as we said earlier, the Queen's Gambit can be played against a bunch of different openings, but that does come with a little bit of a downside as well, and that is the fact that you must know a lot of theory to be able to play the Queen's Gambit at a really high level. But if that is what you're looking for, then that is great. If you love learning theory, then that's also great. Then this opening can definitely also be part of your repertoire. And then the next downgrade of the Queen's Gambit is the fact that it can be really slow sometimes. Sometimes you can get trades really quickly, but in some variations the game can be really slow. But then again, if that is what you're looking for, then great, this opening is definitely for you. Now, let's look at the lovely Sicilian Defense. Now, the Sicilian Defense is probably one of the best openings to play for a win with as black, due to how asymmetric, which means how not symmetrical it is, and also because of that, how dynamic the opening is. This allows it to be played in so many different ways, which is why black can win so many different ways with the Sicilian Defense, with the Taimonov, with the Dragon, with the Bomb Cloud, with a variety of different variations, and it's up to you to pick whichever one you guys wish to play. Now, let's look at the cons. As we said before, with openings with many different variations and complexities, the Sicilian Defense can also be slightly downgraded because of the fact that you have to learn a lot of theory to be able to play it really well. Also, the fact that there are lots of really dangerous gambits which can be played against the Sicilian Defense could also put some people off it. Let me show you two of them. Number one, there is the Smith-Mora Gambit, just like so. This is where white gives up a pawn but gets really quick development, just like so. And the other one happens after the Wing Gambit with the move b4, and sometimes white even also plays a3, and this game can get really crazy really quickly. Last but certainly not least, we have the London system. The London system, first of all, is very simple. Your pieces go to the same squares every single time. And because of this, the London system is really solid, with a massive pyramid of pawns and your pieces also controlling the center very nicely, just like so. Ready to push for moves like c4, where your knight and bishop can also team up, allowing you to castle later on in the future. And because of all of these things, the London system is actually very difficult to refute. Black cannot do too much to stop you from playing the moves which you want to play early on in the opening. Now, let's jump into the cons of the London system. The first con of the London system is the fact that it can be very predictable. As soon as you play this move bishop f4, your opponent knows that you're going to be playing knight f3, e3, bishop d3, c3, knight e2, and be playing the London system. And as you can see, guys, I've showed you guys these moves on the London system, and these are usually the only moves played in the London system unless you decide to variate from it. And that can also lead to the London system being very boring. As you may know, the chess community regards the London system as one of the most boring openings in chess. It's kind of up to your preferences, but it can be known as very boring, and for good reason as well, sometimes. That is really it for the London system though. To be fair, it is actually a really solid opening and a nice one, and one which actually has something like a 52% win rate and has been played over 100 million times. That is it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed today's video and found it fun and helpful, don't forget to smash that subscribe button for future videos on chess and all those fun openings, endgames, tactics, and everything in between. Thank you very much for watching, and see you guys soon in the next video.